Okay, I've got my tea. Let's get gay. What's up, guys? I'm Chad. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we are very LGBTQ Alpha Beta Gamma friendly. So today we are going to talk about some more gay stuff because, let's be real, I know that's why half of you guys are here, and honestly, I am completely okay with that. Today's topic is going to be gay short films because gay shorts were a very big part of my coming out experience. They really helped me to wrap my head around the good and the bad that came along with that process. With that in mind, you do not need to be seeking self-help in order to enjoy these films. They're good for anybody that just happens to like movies, so cool. Okay, disclaimer. There are so many good films on this topic as is, but I could only pick 10 of them. And for this particular list, I was trying to shine some light on some of the lesser known titles just because I want to show you guys something that you haven't already seen potentially. And we've all seen In a Heartbeat. Okay, we've all seen In a Heartbeat. I'm almost convinced that every gay man in existence has seen that movie. And also Dare. Also, another good one, but I'm sure that you guys have already seen that one. Those are some of the really popular ones. I tried to pick some of the less popular ones. Maybe you'll find something new, maybe not, but let's go ahead and get started. This is my top 10 list of gay short films, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, I think this is a pretty good place to start. We quickly find ourselves with a standard adolescent, coming-of-age high school party type of setting, where it's pretty easy to identify the fairly obvious love triangle happening, but it doesn't feel forced. I think they did a good job of making everything feel organic and natural in this story. And it is a short film, so sometimes pacing is an issue because the writers will try to fit an entire love story into 20 or 30 minutes, but this felt like an honest look into something that had been building up for a while. Like all the development had already happened and we're just seeing a quick 13-minute window of it, and I just loved it. This one kind of reminds me of a more realistic version of Love, Simon. Like, as much as I want to believe that the hot closeted jock is just gonna out himself and come sit with me on a Ferris wheel in front of everyone, the ending of this one just seems a little more realistic. Okay, so this next one is a foreign film. For those of you that don't like subtitles, you may just want to skip this one altogether. I personally love foreign films though, and prefer to watch my movies with subtitles even if they're in English, but whatever. So Violin is one of the first gay shorts that I can remember loving, like just loving it through and through. It's a little slow at first and I'm not crazy about the musical opening, but the suspense that this film built up in me, the first time I watched it, it gave me chills. Like, this short little 11-minute movie about a one-on-one interaction between a drug dealer and a dude with a violin will build up a yearning in you that you didn't know was there. You might hate me after you watch it, but you also might love me, so, you know, your call. Up next, we're switching gears a little bit. My last recommendation was a foreign film, and this one is an animated short with no dialogue at all. I know, I'm just making life so easy on you guys. Okay, so there's no dialogue, but the music and sound effects and beautiful animations still do a great job of conveying emotion and telling the overall story of this man's journey to finding himself. I mean, I am just a sucker for good animation. I am an anime weeb. I also just love all things Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli, and there seem to be some Ghibli influences in this film. Maybe I'm just projecting what I want to see here, but whatever. So all in all, this is a complete life story from adolescence to adulthood, and if you have a close relationship with your mother like me, like that damn woman is my best friend kind of relationship, then this one might make you cry. Enjoy. Alright, this one's steamy. Look, I'm just gonna throw it out there now for anyone that could possibly be unaware. Nice butts and casual nudity is a thing in gay short films, alright? It just happens, and this short film in particular does not shy away from that fact at all. So if this is the first you're hearing of I Am Syd Stone, you're welcome. I loved this one. Like, essentially, picture Hannah Montana, you know? Celebrity, best of both worlds, except now picture Hannah as a hot middle-aged movie star guy with a much more interesting other side of his life. This one's only 10 minutes long, but yeah, it's a roller coaster. You already know I couldn't let this entire video be one giant sausage fest. I had to give my girls some time in the spotlight too. This one reminds me so much of a Hayley Kiyoko music video. It's a little cheesy, but it's really satisfying. Another high school party setting because, you know, that's where all the gay shit happens, apparently. I mean, it didn't for me, but I made up for it later. I don't know. Anyways, the love connection here is so nice, and it really gives you that warm, gooey feeling that makes you want to puke. In a good way. I actually wound up clicking on this film because it's exactly 11 minutes and 11 seconds long. I'm superstitious, and to me, that number's always a good sign. And hey, I wound up loving this film anyways, so I'm glad I found it. Alright, so the writing and the acting in this one is a little spotty, but the storyline and the point being made in this film in particular is so realistic. I mean, the fact alone that they mention Grindr and kind of lead their audience to believe that that's how this couple came to be in the first place really makes me appreciate the sense of authenticity that they were going for here. The back and forth rhetoric between a guy that's out of the closet and a guy that's not, and everything that entails trying to build a relationship around that only to find that it's going to blow up in your face, is depicted pretty accurately here. This one's only 7 minutes long, so there's not a whole lot to say, but there is a really good message here about why it's so important to come out and how difficult that can be for some people. This one gets the award for Best Plot Twist. I think a lot of us can really appreciate the message here revolving around how even after you come out to your quote-unquote accepting family, there can still be plenty of hardships to be had, especially considering that sometimes people assume that being gay means that every aspect of your life revolves around being gay, when obviously that's not the case. Everyone is just living their best life and tackling one problem at a time. Anyone can have an unexpected occurrence in their life, and this short goes to show how important it is for family to be there and be supportive even when tensions are high, no matter what phase of your life you are currently in. Also, the ending of this one made me happy. No spoilers, but just saying. Okay, this description is going to be a mess. I can't really organize my thoughts. I really like this one. I know I've been saying that about like all of them, but this one might actually be my favorite. And I feel the need to stress how much I like this one right off the bat, because the amateurish camera work and film style might kind of scare you off at first. They essentially tried to make everything look like it was filmed on a phone, and I think it might have actually been filmed on a phone. I can't really tell, but it looks like it. But man, it makes it feel so realistic to me. Like, I don't feel like I'm watching actors in this film. It feels like I'm just hanging out with these two guys while their story unfolds. And I mean, that would be really weird here to third wheel on that, but whatever. It's because, you know, it's such an intimate moment, but I mean, I would do it. And just where am I going with this? It's such an innocent story, and really the ending, like, I just want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it. I want you to go watch Ronny and I. It's so good. The world should just be more like the whole vibe of this movie. Okay, I'm done. And next, here we are in high school. Again, I so did not realize that that's where all the action was, but anyways. This one showcases some of the darker sides of being gay in school because, you know, there are already so many bright sides to that experience as is. So there's a lot of dealing with stereotypes and toxic masculinity because, yeah, that's a really popular phrase right now. But the writing here is good, and I feel like the lead actor here does a great job of showcasing how his own sense of masculinity is standing in the way of his own acceptance. And this film really stood out to me because not everyone understands that coming out isn't just about telling everyone that you're gay. For some people, it can feel like rebuilding your entire social identity to everyone in your life from the ground up. even by today's standards, where coming out in general is becoming more and more normalized every day, people that have built their life around trying to be something that they're not can still struggle to take that step forward. And finally, here we are at number 10 on my list. We are finishing off on a calm and relaxing note with My Best Friend. This movie is pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of dialogue and not a whole lot of action happening, but this film had such a cathartic effect on me. Watching this movie was so chill. It's pretty standard stuff, just getting to witness a very intimate moment between two close friends, but it's just done so well. It just really puts emphasis on how sometimes it's the most simple moments that bear the most weight and meaning. You take two guys, mix in some family issues, a little weed, and a dash of suppressed feelings, and here you have a pretty damn decent short film. Hey, if you stuck around and watched the entire video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you found at least one or two new suggestions that you can enjoy, and hey, I still watch short films all the time, so if you guys have any suggestions, if there was anything that didn't make my list that you want me to watch, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to go through that later. It doesn't even have to be gay stuff. It can be any genre, that's fine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and having a movie day with me today. Please like and share the video, subscribe if you want to. My Instagram is down below in the description if you're interested in shameless selfies and pictures of food. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got this time around. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.